So you could make a guess, right? You could say, depending on the energy, I wonder if you're so excited about sharing the story and I can feel your enthusiasm and you're just wanting to get all the details down. Is that what's happening for you? Or you could also say something like, as you're telling me all of this, I wonder if it's helpful for you to be processing and digesting and metabolizing the experience. Is that what's happening for you as you're kind of revisiting it in your memory and sharing it with me in this way? There's a way, instead of being like, you're not succinct enough, you're using too many words, we could be guessing at what is the need that they might be meeting and caring about that with them. And if the thing I'm wanting is a little bit more engagement and connection, I might make some moves to insert myself to help to get more connected. What if I know what my need is, and so I'll take responsibility for meeting it? I won't expect you, other person who's processing and digesting, to be anticipating it. And maybe I can bring my need in a way that feels playful and supportive to you as well, and just very gently helps you include me a little bit more. When I'm aware of the thing I'm needing, I can do something to meet my need that also includes care for the need you might be trying to meet in that moment. They're not mutually exclusive. Maybe if you and I are talking and you're going on, for example, I might say, is this helping? Is my listening helping? Are you processing and digesting? Are you finding it helpful to revisit everything? And I'm just checking because I feel like I'm sitting here as a sounding board and I'm unsure if that's actually meeting the needs we're trying to meet. Can we just do a little process check? You might say, no, I feel like I'm completely lost in my story and I'm glad you stopped me. Or you might say, it is so helpful. I can't tell you how useful it is to me to revisit it. And then I might even be able to say, tell me more about that. I'd love to understand what's useful. And now I'm suddenly engaged with you. Now we're actually having a conversation, and there was no criticism, and there was no stopping, and there was no, you're doing it wrong. There was just a responding to the need that is arising in the moment while caring for the need the other person is trying to meet too. You want to honor somebody's coming to completion naturally. And you also want to include your own needs and the needs, like here, the needs of the whole group. And it's a challenging thing. I think you're asking a really important question. Like, how do we gently and relationally interrupt when we're scared? What I often tell myself when I'm in that place is, I want to give up my need to be a good person. And I want to replace that with my need to be an authentic, honest, and kind person.
Yeah.
Because in my life, good has been used for oppression and self-negation and self-silencing. And I don't want to be complicit with that anymore. And of course, I don't want to overcorrect like I did as a teenager and a young adult, where I'm like unbridled self-expression, you know. I've been quiet for so long now, you're going to get it, right? I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life. The reason I run a podcast like this and being kind and honest is because it's my deep practice. But I just want to say I have a lot of empathy for how hard it can be to interrupt someone or to not go along with the status quo or to disrupt a culturally normative conversational engagement. It takes some courage and it takes some consciousness and it takes conscious intention.